Hi there, Scott ROCKFILE back with another podcast review for you. Going to be talking about the 2022 film Glorious. Since I first saw a trailer for this movie, I wanted to see it. Finally came out about a week ago on Blu-ray. For some reason, it was incredibly cheap out there, and I picked up a copy. This horror comedy film is quite ooey gooey and gross. It's entertaining. The short version is, if you're into horror comedies, you should definitely stream this. I think it was on Shudder, or you can pick it up on Blu-ray. That's the short version. The longer version is, and I won't get into spoilers here, Rebecca McKendry. She's only directed a couple things, a Halloween movie and something else, but she's working on some other things, and I will watch anything she does. I think she knocked this out of the park. I was kind of surprised a woman directed it, and I don't mean that derogatory-wise. It just feels like a Sam Raimi kind of, the guys got together and had a few beers or had a few joints or whatever and decided to make this crazy over-the-top film in a bathroom. But that being said, she's obviously got great instincts and talent behind the camera. Like I said, very short list on IMDb, but she's working on a new movie this year, Elevator Panic or something like that. That sounds exciting. So the gist of the story is Ryan Quanten. You remember him. He was Jason Stackhouse in the Suki Stackhouse True Blood TV series. He's been in a few other things, but he stars as a guy who's down on his luck. He's broken up with his girlfriend. He's not doing very well, and he pulls over at a rest area in the middle of nowhere. J.K. Simmons is a voice in the film, and it's the two of them. There are some other characters. There are some other people. There are some other things that happen, but basically it's these two people in a bathroom. That is the majority of the film. At 79 minutes, it does not overstay its welcome. It's quite entertaining. Yes, there are scenes outside. Like I said, there are other characters, other things happen, but 90% of the film is these two guys having a conversation. Now, I won't get into spoilers. I don't think I will do any spoilers of any kind, because this is a movie the less you know about, the better. The twist is worth it. The acting is worth it. I thought even the visual effects. Some of the CG or in-camera or optical effects were okay. The in-camera stuff, the makeup effects and all that, spectacular. 5 stars. This deserves some awards for some makeup effects and that kind of thing, but it's very ooey gooey. It takes place in a very nasty bathroom that visually looks like a very nasty bathroom, usually bathed in some kind of purple or green light. It's just not the most pleasing environment. And if he falls on the floor or whatever, you're just like, ooh, I would never be able to wash those clothes enough to wear them again. That being said, the movie's a lot of fun. It has some comedy built into it. It has some philosophical conversation built into it. It's got layers, actually. For something that was a short film that was shown on Shudder and now is getting a Blu-ray release, it's more than the sum of its parts. I really am excited to watch it again at some point. It's not one you're going to immediately want to watch it again. It's not quite an Evil Dead 2, but they were, they aimed for some pretty big things here and pulled it off. It's got a cosmic horror element and almost nearly H.P. Lovecraftian element to the film. Maybe, maybe not. Everything is maybe, maybe not, but by the end, it does have a pretty concrete ending. Like I said, I don't want to get into spoilers, but if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then it's more than worth checking it out. I had very, very low expectations for it, but then you look, it's 5.6 on IMDb, 79% of users on Google liked it, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 4.2 out of 5 on Shudder. It was initially released last summer, July 21st, 2022. It came out in March of 2023 on Blu-ray. Absolutely no extras on the Blu-ray. Great surround sound, good video. It's a grungy bathroom movie. How great is it supposed to be? But there's a lot of colors. I would actually love to see a 4K version of this film. That might open up some of the special effects to scrutiny, but I think the colors and the way it was filmed would look great with some HDR. As it is, bright purples, blues, oranges, greens. There's some great colors in this film. It's definitely worth streaming or watching. From a visual aspect, you might not know where it's going when it starts, but once you get into the rhythm of it and the vibe of the whole thing, I think you'll want to know how it works out. And even though it's not the most wonderful and uplifting ending, I think it fits the movie. I think it's a perfect ending for the movie. And the more you think about it, the more all of it makes sense. Yeah, I'm ready to watch it again now that I talk about it. So Glorious, should you watch it? It's an ooey-gooey horror comedy that takes place in a bathroom with basically two actors talking to each other. There is some death, there is some gore, there is some weirdness, and there is, did I say gore? Yeah, let me say gore again. There's plenty of gore. It's pretty ooey-gooey, but not anything you haven't seen, not too over the top, nothing that would be rated X or not rated or anything like that. It's fine. If you've seen recent horror movies, you'll be fine with this. It was a lot of fun and a lot better than I expected. So that's about the best review I can give a low-budget movie that didn't get much of a wide release. I think it's actually interesting. And if you're into H.P. Lovecraft kind of stuff, then it's a must-watch. It's right up there with The Color from Outer Space and things like that. It's pretty well done. People really believed in what they were doing here, fully bought into the roles and the production and everything. And it's slicker than it should be. It's better than it should be. And again, it's 79 minutes. What more could you want? A horror comedy that's ooey-gooey and doesn't overstay its welcome. Check out Glorious, available on Shudder and other places now. Ryan Quanten and J.K. Simmons do a great job in the film. I really actually enjoyed it. Not one of my best films of the year, but definitely one of those cult classics I'll keep in the collection to pull out when the time is right, late on a Saturday night, and somebody's like, hey, you got something weird I've never seen before? Boom, Glorious would fill that void. It was a little reminiscent of the movie The Void from a few years ago. Did you see that? Wasn't quite as ooey-gooey as that one, but still production was a little reminiscent of that. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm Scott Hamilton. I'm ROCKFILE. Thanks for listening to this podcast review. Many more on the way. I've got well over 500 up there ready for your perusal if you haven't listened to them yet. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Have a spectacular day.